So yesterday, we found interest, right? And we compounded interest. And that I know it's compounding because it tells you how many times we're compounding. So it'll tell you monthly, weekly. But how do you think the bank compounds interest? Do you think they only do it? The bank isn't going to do it 4 times. They're going to compound your interest every day, every hour, and every minute, okay? And that's called continuous. So, everybody look at your calculator for a minute. Does everybody have one? If you don't have one, you need to share. Be kind and share with each other. Okay, so take a look on your, first of all, when we were finding logs, everybody find the log button. What was the base of the log? 10, right? So on the log key, above the log key, do you see where it says 10 to the x? Because they're inverses, so that's why that's there. When we find continuous interest, we use a constant in our formula, and it's E. And this is the constant. We're going to talk more about the constant later. But for now, all you need to know is it's a constant. It's a number like 10, but it's an irrational number. Okay? And instead of using the log, because that's base 10, we're going to use the L button, which is right underneath the log. Okay? So we're going to use the LN button, have an E button. Also, in the formula, you see where it says E to the RT? The inverse of the LN button, if you look above it, it has E raised to the power. And we're going to use that today, okay? So when we're doing continuous interest, you're going to use your E button. Does everybody see that? Cabela, did you even look at your calculator? So this is the formula. A equals P to the RT. A is your final amount and P is your initial amount. It works exactly the same, okay? So, let's do example 1. So, Wesley received $3,000 from his grandfather for college. He deposited it in an account that pays 4% interest. He's going to leave the money in the account for 5 years. A, how much money will he have in 5 years if the money compounded quarterly? And B, how much money will he have if it's compounded continuously? So which one is the one we did yesterday? A or B? So this is the formula. And I'll always give you the formula. So the first thing you're going to do is write down all the variables. So we can see what we're missing. So is the $3,000 the initial or the final? It's the initial, which is my P. So next, I'm looking for a rate. What's the rate? 0.04. So the rate is 0.04. What's the number of times per year that we're compounding? 4, because it's quarterly. And how long is he leaving his money in the bank? 5 years. So let's fill this in. We're going to get a final amount. We're going to get 3,000 times 1 plus. And everybody do that, because I did it wrong last class. So somebody get an amount for me, because there's no calculators left. Do you have it? So did somebody else get this? We all agree this is good? Okay, so now I want to do it continuously. So continuous is this. So we decided that this was going to be 3,000. The rate is 0.04 and the time is 3. So I'm going to fill in the formula. So you're going to have to use your E button that's on the LN. If you push the E button, it opens a parenthesis. And so type in 0.04 times 3, and then close the parenthesis, and then times 3,000. Oh, 5. Thank you. This is a 5. The number of years. But it's not a 3. Makes sense. Is this what you got? How many? So, was there a huge difference in the answer here? No, it's not a huge difference. Tell me what would make the difference bigger? The amount of money, right? So, if instead of 3,000, but instead of 3,000, let's say you were buying a $400,000 house. So the difference here would get much greater, right? Okay. So number 2, is this what we did yesterday or what we're doing today? Which one? Pick one, Cabello. You can't have both. All right. Why do you know it's yesterday? It says compounded quarterly. That's yesterday. So the 5,000, is that an initial or final? It's initial. The rate, 0.0425. Quarterly is 4. And then what does it say? So did it give you a time? So what's the A then? If I initially put 5,000 in, so the final amount is double, which is 10. Colin, I'm going to post you. I'm going to let them record it. And we'll send it to your parents. All right. So what would I do first, Javon? Okay. And place to start inside the parentheses. So we're going to get a number here. What is it? 1.010625. So the next thing I'd like to do, if it's this 5,000 out, if I divide both sides by 5,000, that leaves me with 2 over here, right? Because I'm the amount. So take a look. What do you think I'm going to do? I need to get this down to the front. I don't think, that's a bad idea. Let's not do that. Does anybody else have a suggestion? Not that either. Do what? Okay, listen to my question. I want the 4t to drop down to the front. And what did I do that made, oh my gosh, the log. Oh, Lord. If I take the log of 2, who said that? I kept saying, let's do anything, raise it to a power. Nobody answered. Yes. Are you whining? It sounds to me like you're whining. Yes. You can store it on your calculator so you don't have to do it. So after I divide, what do I have to divide by 4 at the very end? This is the answer, divided by 4.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
No. Somebody tell me how many years. It's 16 point what?
Is that the hardest one?
Well, so the compound interest is definitely harder, right? Because the e to the RT, that's easy to do. Okay? Assume you invest $5,000 and I want to triple my money. Write it down what you think you would write here. I can. Does it make you nervous?
I don't know what to do.
Uh-huh. You're gonna right here. This continuous. So the continuous you're going to use this one. Okay, so what else do I know? What is the A? Because it's triple. So if I fill this in, if I divide, I'm going to have 3 equals e to the 0.055t. Now, I want to drop the t to the front. So I do want to do the log, but this time, what did I say the base was on the log button? 10. What's the base here? So which button am I going to have to use this time? I'm going to use the LN button, right? That's going to be the log you use with the E, okay? So I'm going to take So before anybody starts anything, I want to just do the ln of E together. So push the ln button. So the ln is just like the log, except with base E instead of 10. Okay, everybody push the ln button. And now I need the E there next. So that's right above the ln button, right? So do second and the ln button. And then what's the power on this E? It's 1, right? So everybody put a 1 in there. So what is the ln of e? When you push equals, what does it tell you? 1. Every time. The ln of e is always 1. So now we can solve for t. So what's the time? How long? 54? ln of 3 divided by the, is it 19? The ln. Okay, everybody look at 2 on your homework. Let's set that up together. If you invested $1,000 and wanted to have $1,500 of 5 years, what rate of interest would you need to invest if it was compounded semi-annually? So which formula am I using? The one from yesterday. So this is what we'd have, right? That's what we would have for number 2.
Oh, that's the answer?
Well, that's the start of it. Because what am I looking for? I'm looking for the rate. So I'm going to start by dividing both sides by 1,000. Bless you. So now, Javon, I want to get rid of the 10.
Don't you gotta solve it up?
Well, how are you going to do that since you don't know R? Oh, that's a problem. It's a problem. But how can I get rid of the 10? What do I have to do?
Or the square thing, the box thing.
Can we do the inverse thing?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. It wasn't going to work on the last one. But this one, it doesn't have a variable. So we couldn't do that last time because there was a variable there. But if it's a number, I can do the inverse of this to get rid of it. So if I take 10 raised to the 1/10, the exponent cancels out, right? So that leaves me with 1 plus r over 2. But I have to take 1.5 raised to the 1/10. I have to do it to both sides. So this is a number. So type this in your calculator. 1.5 raised to, and put the 1/10 in parentheses. So type that in. So subtract 1 from that answer. And then multiply by 2. You should get 0.08 is what you should get. And then multiply by 2.
Subtract 1